I felt like I was going to faint wearing that one. We do really suffer for our looks. Yeah, we make it look easy.
Yeah.
We make it look comfortable, but it's really quite challenging. So I am Will,
And I'm Garrett.
and collectively we are the Huxleys. We're sort of, we like to call ourselves gay terrorists, but really we are visual artists who do performance, photography, video, dance, costume, kind of saturate the senses really. We like to think of it as a visual assault. We sort of throw everything at it. It's lurid, it's extravagant, opulent, ridiculous, really. What about you, Gareth?
Yeah, I often feel like a walking piece of art or walking piece of moving scenery or furniture.
We started as visual artists, and that's kind of predominantly what we've always done, but we gravitated towards bringing the visual art to life. And the performance art kind of lets us take it to people that don't necessarily want to see it.
The Huxleys from another planet. They don't say a whole lot, but they sure know how to party.
Garrett and I were artists individually for many years, and we were together romantically, and we helped each other with our art projects over the years, and then someone asked us to collaborate on a project. It was a glam rock mural, and it was us living out our Bowie, Mark Bowl and T-Rex fantasy, and it went so well that we thought this is really working, and we kind of encouraged each other to take things further. We both have different skills that we brought, and it just worked, and I think it brought us closer together.
Yeah, it's like we come to each other with ideas and the other one takes it further and then you take it even further. So there's no one really to say no.
No one to say no, and we make each other laugh, and if we're laughing, we think, oh, this is working.
And it just happened without any planning, really. Even being called the Huxleys just happened. People started calling us that, so yeah.
So Huxley is my surname, and Garrett and I are romantic partners, and he took on my name just to, as a celebration of queer love. And we didn't call ourselves the Huxleys as performance artists. People just said, oh, the Huxleys are here. And we just went with it. Growing up being very shy and very awkward and not fitting in. Growing up in Perth in Western Australia, I was just felt like a fish out of water, and my dream was always escapism, and it was my way out of being Will. So creating this larger than life persona was kind of a survival tactic for me, and I've always loved art, and this seemed like the best way to express myself and express the ridiculous things inside me. Also, it would be very hard to make someone else look like this. I think they would probably resist it. Here is a cane toad mask. It's made from real cane toad, and it's sustainable, totally sustainable. And cane toads are a problem in this country. And we made that for the NGV Design Week.
Yeah, I come from the Gold Coast, a similar situation. Like, grew up in the 80s as a young queer kid, and it was about escapism, really. It was like when you're confronted with society, people go surfing and fishing and you just don't see anything that relates to you. You just end up looking like this really in the end, and it's escapism for us, and it's good to give that to other people as well, especially now.
Growing up being obsessed with David Bowie was kind of the first person that I've thought I've discovered someone who really speaks to me. And that glamorous, sort of androgynous, almost alien look that he had created with glam rock, it always just stayed with me. And the idea of sparkle and for the future. And, also I love like Hollywood. I love sort of showbiz. And sequins are so gaudy and outrageous, and they catch the light, and it's like that was sort of part of the magic and the escapism for me.
It's like a shining light, as bright as you can be, and yeah, they're usually meant for stage, but you take them to the street and all sorts of places.
You can't also ignore it easily when you look like this and you're literally sparkling. it's very hard to ignore.
And if there was something more camp than this, we'd probably do it.
Yeah.
On the scale of camp, it's quite up there.
And this is the east wing. This is where the actual construction happens, and makeup and sewing, all that kind of. This is the hard where the hard work unfolds. When we're starting with a new work, we often draw. We do sort of quite amateur drawings. We're not great drawers, but we'll draw ridiculous shapes and silhouettes, and sort of make each other laugh with what a body can look like. And then we sort of look for fabrics, the most outrageous or sparkling fabrics possible, and we play around. There's a lot of trial and error, but it often starts with the visual, with the drawing.
Yeah, our concerns really don't involve vision or breathing or even moving, really. So they're the kind of things you come up against from drawing to actually making it.
We were often inspired by Lee Bowery, the great late Australian artist, and he would make costumes for the Michael Clark Dance Company, and often the dancers couldn't even dance in them. And we loved that idea of impracticality, being as impractical as possible. And often when we finished making something, we're like, oh, how are we going to perform in this?
Remember that time we didn't have arms? we couldn't open doors, we couldn't do anything, and we're like, oh, shit, we need to really think this through.
We wore them on a plane. It's quite impractical. One of our favourite projects that we did was we created, it was actually on the back of Donald Trump getting elected. We were so depressed, and his statements about women, and he was just basically a sexist pig. So we said, let's celebrate femininity in as big a scale as we can. So we designed a huge, giant inflatable vulva, and we created a performance artwork where we're born from this vagina, basically worshipping femininity and where we've all come from, and celebrating women in the most outrageous and beautiful way possible. Darren and I have both always dreamed of either representing Australia at Eurovision or in the Venice Biennale. We'll take either. Last year we released our debut disco single, Style Over Substance. And it was like a lifelong ambition to be this glam rock disco stars like Sylvester or, David Bowie. So to release that and make a video and make a vinyl, it was just like, it was a dream come true. With our work, we want people to feel a sense of escapism, a sense of magic. This is an alien.
Greetings, Earthlings, they announced as the wacky world of Mona Foma welcomed itself to Launceston.
Our work gives people that magical moment where they can see something that they haven't seen before. It gives them an excuse to dream. And for us, blurring boundaries of gender and the way bodies are supposed to look, it's very freeing. I wanted to give people that, sense of freedom.
Yeah, like giving people that sense of wonder when you see them and they're excited but also amazed that they haven't really seen that before, or they're, surprised by what they're seeing. I think it's healthy to kind of open up people's minds like that.
You also want to frighten the right people as well. We want to open people's minds up a little bit. And everything doesn't have to make sense.